from the Department of Communication in Phillipsburg. This is a special edition of Inside Government with Cedric Peterson.
To our audience here at home and around the world, you are now Inside Government. If you are just tuning in to the series, we're continuing on our journey through government, where the Public Service Center is celebrating 10 years of service to you, the people of St. Martin. And our journey is taking us through the halls of government, where we're talking to the various departments that render service directly to the people of St. Martin. But now we're going to double back and go back to the Public Service Center, and we're going to speak to Front Office Representative Ms. Labriska Courtar, who is now with us inside government. Labriska, it's great to have you again in the program. I think this is the second time we've gotten a chance to talk over the last few years. So how are you?
I'm fine, Cedric. Thanks for having me after about 5-6 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute, as the folks would say these days, right? I wanted to start off first and foremost. How long have you been in service to the people of this country?
As per September 2nd, it will mark 15 years.
15 years of service to the people of
Yes.
St. Martin. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Take us into what the last 15 years has been like for you and your experience in service.
Well, it's been a great experience. Of course, I started out at the Civil Registry. I've been in various departments. Now I'm at PSC, and with the experience, all the intel and different colleagues, the experience, it's been a ride.
Yeah? Were you in various departments throughout the Western College? Where did you start?
I started at Civil Registry Department. I served for a short period in the Cabinet of Tourism. And I spent 2 years at VROMI in the cabinet as well, and now I'm at PSC.
And how long have you been at PSC?
Currently 5 years.
5 years of service out of the 10 years
Yes.
that PSC has been servicing. So congratulations once again.
Thank you.
I wanted to also look at the uniqueness of your last name, Courtar. Give us some background there. What's the history?
Well, as you know, Courtar is an unusual last name, originally from St. Eustatius. Better known as Stacia, of course.
Yeah.
And of course, the last name. I myself trying to figure out where did it came from.
Oh, no family history study.
Yeah. And that's been a journey by itself. So,
Right.
I just leave it alone. I think we're French. I'm not certain, but I just leave it alone. We're a melting pot anyhow, so I just leave it alone.
All right. Continue to grow the family name by doing good things with your
Sure
job.
Sure bet.
Let's get into what are your tasks and responsibilities.
Well, I'm currently at the PSC. I'm a front office worker, and Public Service Center, we cater to the whole of government, the ground floor. We are the first stop once you enter the building. So, of course, we have various departments that we render information to, and, that's what PSC basically do.
Okay. Liaison between various departments within government. That's what PSC kind of focuses on. Because first interview with the section heads, both Simpson Bay and Phillipsburg, they mentioned the connection with the various departments. Give us some insight into how PSC plays that role between the various service departments.
Okay, so we're the first stop, of course. We liaison for Economic Licenses Department, the Receiver's Office, the Civil Registry Department, the Labor Department, and the VROMI Permits Department.
Okay. How does tech play a role in improving services? Have you seen that grow over the 5 years that you've worked at PSC? Give us some insight there.
Yes. Well, in the past 5 years, we created a appointment online system, which makes it a little bit easier for the clients to come in instead of all walking in to make an appointment.
Right.
So for the past 5 years, I've seen the growth. It's still a work in progress. However, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep pushing.
Of course, absolutely.
But it's going well so far. There's a lot more to, of course, enhance that service.
Right.
And then with giving the public knowledge, of course, and teaching them how to use their devices and stuff like that. But all in all, I've seen the growth.
Okay. Take us through the process of how the technology works and serves the people of St. Martin when they interact at the government building and with PSC.
Okay, so basically our online services, appointments, is the first stop.
Right.
So once you get into the system, they can make an appointment in advance. So when they get to us, of course, we're the first stop. You go to the kiosk. You always gonna get a appointment code.
Right.
So with that appointment code now, you go to the kiosk, you punch it in, and you go to the different departments that you made the appointment for. However, sometimes there's some stumbling stones. You come, oh, I'm not getting through. That's where we come in.
Okay.
And then, of course, we assist our customers, and then they go to the various departments that they made their appointment for.
Right. So then what happens in that situation? Because I'm sure we have a senior level of individuals, because our seniors are still very much alive and very active, and they still, get services from the government of St. Martin. But they look at you young people and go, geez, when y'all technology fails, what happens in that situation when the tech fails and you have to then render manual service?
Well, as this far, tech has not failed us.
Okay.
When it do, we manage to get it back up and running right quick. Sometimes we do manual, but we manage. And with, of course, like you said, with the seniors, it's been a challenge.
Yeah.
But we get there. We still cater to the seniors.
How are they responding towards the new advancements?
Some of them are willing to take that extra mile once you stand with them. They all have their good technology phones as well. So, sometimes we stand with them, we help them, we assist them, we show them, okay, this is the new technology. Some of them be like, I don't like these things,
Yeah.
And we have to remind them, like, it's safe.
Right.
It's very safe. It's just an appointment. Right. It's not your personal information, just your name, your telephone number, basic stuff, and some of them cope, and then there's some of them that don't cope.
Okay.
So it's a little challenging, but
it's still a learning curve, and they're still going to
we'll get there.
Absolutely. Central, the Civil Registry Department, I'm seeing that area being probably the area where most of the services are concentrated, though you do work with other various services. Give us some of the priority or main services offered there under the Civil Registry that links directly to PSC and how you guys interact with each other.
Well, we're the liaison, of course, with their information, in-depth information. We have ID card applications. That's one of the top services right now, the driver's license, their passports, and especially our number one registration forms.
Absolutely.
So you need a registration form for everything. So that's what right now is a top service for them. And of course, we play a role where that comes in because we have to make an appointment. And that's where PSC comes in. So we schedule their appointments for them. And then, of course, they take it from there.
Okay. So which departments are assisted by PSC within CVR?
We don't assist them, like how do you say, we don't assist them directly.
Okay.
But indirectly where the appointments is concerned. And that's it.
Okay. And registration being one of the main services. Any others that makes the top 3, top 5 list?
ID cards, driver's license, passports.
Awesome. Okay. What are the current projects being carried out right now by CVR?
The current projects right now that carried out by CVR is the upsconing project, which is the cleaning of the registry.
The cleaning of the registry. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. And how is that going?
That's going well. The persons are coming in to make sure that their address is perfect, that they're in the system, they're still registered, because they get a little scared when they see a mail envelope in the mail stating that you're going to be deregistered. So they come down and they regulate their addresses. So it's going well.
Okay. Talking to Labriska Courtar. She's the front office officer there at PSC, Public Service Center. Stay tuned. My conversation with Labriska continues right after these public service announcements. Stay with us.
Car theft. What thieves want are your vehicle parts and items of value. Here are some tips to keep in mind when parking and exiting your vehicle. Never leave valuables in your car, especially if they can be seen from outside your car. Close and lock all windows and doors when you park. Be sure to take your vehicle's key with you and do not leave it in your vehicle. And for added protection, invest in anti-theft systems and devices designed to make vehicles more difficult to steal or easier to trace and recover in the event of theft. If your car is stolen, contact the police immediately by calling 911 or 542-2222 or send email to info@policesxm.sx. Let's work together to reduce and prevent car theft in our community. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Police Force of St. Martin and the Department of Communication.
Monkeypox symptoms includes fever, headache, skin rash, muscle ache, swollen lymph nodes, chills, and exhaustion, including respiratory symptoms such as sore throat, nasal congestion, and cough. Skin eruptions begins 1 to 4 days after fever onset. The rash often begins on the face, then spreading to other parts of the body. The rash changes over the course of the infection, ending with the lesions drying up, ranging from 2 to 4 weeks. This message has been brought to you by Collective Prevention Services.
Hi, everyone. You're Inside Government. If you're just joining us, I'm having a conversation with Miss Labriska Courtar. She is a Public Service Center front office representative serving St. Martin, serving you, the people of St. Martin, marking 15 years of service to the people of this country. And Labriska, we ended our first segment talking about the current projects that CVR is working on, and you mentioned that they're doing the civil registry cleanup. And of course, we take this opportunity to encourage people to make sure that they do come in and they do update their details and making sure that they're properly registered and identified in the system. I want to get into the next level of services offered. For example, the Certificate of Conduct, very popular document, I would say, next to registration. This is one of the main documents that a person has to get, which is now called the Declaration of Conduct. Is that still served by Public Service Center?
As per January 9th, we no longer cater to the declarations of conduct. They're now via online, via the Justice Ministry.
Okay.
So we used to cater to that product from 2018 up until 2023 of January.
Okay.
I came to PSC and I met that project there at the time, the Declarations of Conduct. I worked with it for over 5 years. So, having a product for 5 years and now it's handed over to an online system, persons still coming to us like, we need a declaration of conduct. So now we have to let them know there's now a new online portal. You have to direct to that portal. And then it gets like, really? Yeah, you have to now go online and follow the instruction.
Right.
And that good old word, I don't know how to do that. It's pretty easy.
But it's a learning opportunity.
Yeah, just follow the instructions. You'll get there. We no longer cater to that product. So I can give you information. I can guide you. But after that, you still have to go to that online portal.
And that is now under the Ministry of Justice.
Correct.
Right? You have to make sure that happens there. All right, so thanks for that. Online portal for CVR. Now, because you mentioned the online portal aspect. Now, there's the online portal that services civil registry.
Correct.
What are the products offered there, just for those who might have just tuned in?
You can go to the online portal for civil registry. They cater to registration forms, migration, address change, birth certificates, marriage certificates, death certificates. And they also cater to driver license declaration. So a lot of people get confused with the driver's license declaration. Let's say you lost your driver's license. Right. You need to apply for a declaration to take it to the police station to declare it lost. And then you get a report, and then you take that to the civil registry department to obtain a new one. So those are like the 5 main products you can request via the portal. Of course, it's credit card or debit card. You pay online, and then you get your receipt in the email. It's very convenient. I like it. I like anything online.
Yeah, of course, I'm sure.
I like convenience.
Minimizing the traffic at the front office of the building itself, and then kind of giving people an ease of mind.
Yeah.
And it's going to take some time to acclimate because, as I said, not too many people are comfortable using the technology, but it's definitely there to make things a lot better. The services offered as it relates to appointment, because you did mention that the appointment aspect is live and people should take advantage of it. Explain the appointment process when seeking government services specifically.
Okay, so let's say you go into the portal. When seeking government services, we cater to appointments for civil registry department again. Once you get there, everything is listed there for your convenience. Whatever you will, passport, IDs, driver's license, everything is only by appointments. Economic licenses, of course, only by appointments. Receivers, of course, is walk-in. You don't need an appointment for them. But then there's labor department and also farming department. You need an appointment. Their system is very, very to the point. There's no curves. It's very easy going.
Yeah. Okay. Receivers department. Notice that there is an issue there where people are either confused. They're either going to the Vineyard building or they're going to the government building. I want you to take this opportunity to set the record straight. So receivers department, government building versus the Vineyard. Are the service one and the same, or there's different services offered at these different locations?
Okay. The receiver's office in the government building, it's only for paying and receiving. So basically, at the government building, you come in, you can buy your number plates, you pay your taxes, or if you have any assessments to pay, you do that there. If you have a check to pick up, you do that at the government building. And then there's the receiver's administration portion, which is at the Vineyard building. And there you go to see your collection officers, the tax administration, because it's two different, again, receivers, tax administration, two different departments again. So let's say you could receive an assessment in your email or in your mail, and you want to dispute. Then you go to the Vineyard building and you ask for a collection officer. We also have one located in PSC Simpson Bay as well. So it's more convenient for those who don't want to wait or don't like the rush. I will take you to Simpson Bay.
Okay. That's a good thing and perfect point to bring up at this particular point. Just to remind the general public, Public Service Center, Phillipsburg, Public Service Center, Simpson Bay.
Correct.
Give, in your knowledge base, give some insight in regard to what individuals can expect at these two different branches.
Okay, and the Phillipsburg department in public service is a little more busy there.
Gotcha.
Because, most people come to the town because everything is there, their convenience. We go to Telem, we go to GB. Oh, let's just go to the government building. So theirs have a more rush. But bear in mind, Simpson Bay has the same thing, but the rush is less. Because most people are like, I need to go to town. You don't have to go to town. Right. You can take it to Simpson Bay. We don't have everything, but we have most things there. The only service we don't render in Simpson Bay at the CRD is passports and registration of new births and marriages, of course. Yeah. But for the most, they have most of the services, the popular services there as well. Gotcha. And it's less busy.
Really?
Very less.
Yeah. Okay. So is there a specific group that we encourage to utilize that side of the hill more than Phillipsburg?
Well, no.
Not really?
Not really.
Okay.
I encourage all, split it in half. Give both of us some balance.
Right,
we need balance.
If you happen to be in Simpson Bay, take care of your business there.
Yeah, okay. Balance.
All right. Building services. Let's look at the operating hours. That was a point of discussion that I wanted to touch base with you on. Give the opportunity to let individuals know that there are specific operating hours. I was thrown off the other day because it's not something that I do on a regular basis, right? So I was coming in looking for stamps. And I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking I can just walk in and just go and pick up some stamps. But apparently there's a time frame for you to be able to do that. So take this opportunity now to please explain to the public of St. Martin that there are specific hours of operation for services. Go ahead, explain.
All right. So the government building, we open at 8:30, the whole building at 8:30, and we close at 3:30. However, different departments, different times. At the receiver's office, they open at 8:30 until 2 p.m. No lunch. Simpson Bay, however, they open 8:30 to 12 and then 1 to 2. So they take lunch at 12 to 1. And then in Phillipsburg Civil Registry Department, open from 8:30 to 12 and then 1 to 3:30. Bear in mind, on Wednesdays, they're closed half day. Our half day rent is from 8:30 to 12:30. Simpson Bay, however, every day for them, lunch is 12 to 1. So they are on a standard 12 to 1. In town, we don't do lunch. We rotate. We're always open straight through at the PSC. Okay. And then there's Labor Department. They do walk-ins in the morning for certain services. And then they also work by appointment. They close off as well at 2.
Okay. Talking to Labriska Courtar, front office representative at Public Service Center. Here in Phillipsburg at the Government Administration Building. St. Martin, stay with us. My conversation with Labriska continues right after these public service announcements. You are Inside Government.
During the hurricane season, a potential tropical cyclone can produce rainfall that can cause flash flooding and rockfalls. Stay away from flood-prone areas during heavy rainfall, such as Jump Up Casino on Emma Plain Road in Phillipsburg, ATLH Road Roundabout, L.B. Scott Road from Emilio Wilson Park until Cake House Supermarket, Zaker's Gut from Petro Plus gas station until the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Welkalaken Road Cahill from Welkalaken Road Roundabout until the One-Tete Loke Roundabout, Beacon Hill Road from Sunset Bar and Grill until the beginning of White Sands Road, and Rhine Road, also known as Mullet Bay Road, after Sonesto Maho Beach Hotel to the entrance of Cooper Coy from the intersection of the University Drive until the intersection of Rio Grande. For more information on how you can keep yourself and your family safe this hurricane season, visit stmartingolf.org/hurricane. This public service announcement is brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
The Ombudsman is here for you. The Ombudsman, we're here for you. The Ombudsman, we're here for you. The Ombudsman is here for you. The Ombudsman, we're here for you. The Ombudsman, we're here for you. Good governance is a must. This institution you can trust. Guardian of the Constitution, not one but more solutions for complaints against the government. Protectors of the citizens, promoting good governance in our friendly island, St. Martin. The Ombudsman is here for you. The Ombudsman, we're here for you. The Ombudsman, we're here for you.
The Ombudsman is the voice and protector of the people. Visit us at E. Camille Richardson Street, number 13 on the Police Station Road in Phillipsburg.
St. Martin, if you're just tuning in, welcome Inside Government. I'm having a conversation with Miss Labriska Courtar. She's a front office rep at Public Service Center here in Phillipsburg, St. Martin. Labriska, we're heading into the last leg of the program, and I want to talk about the VROMI services that are offered. And then there's this thing that I heard about called the intake services. But first, let's talk about the services offered in connection to the Ministry of VROMI.
All right. So at the Public Service Center, we do intake services for the VROMI Permits Department. And we only do intake services for address. So let's say you build a new apartment, you need to register the address, or you want an address declaration. We do the intake for that, and then we send it to the permits. They prepare it, you pick it up. We take in building permits, and also we do appointment bookings for VROMI. So that's just a little bit of the services rendered for the VROMI department. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, so intake services, define that for me, just for clarity.
Address services, building permits, and appointment bookings.
Okay. Can all services be expected at Public Service Center, or are there certain limitations?
That's the limitation. We're only limited to 3 services for VROMI at this period in time.
Okay. What are the other opportunities that Public Service Center has moving forward based on your experience so far? Things that we can look forward to, additional things coming online. What can you tell us?
Right now, I can't go really in depth with it. Besides the appointments and the services.stmartingov.org portal, which basically is going to serve the whole of the government departments that give services to the clients. Other than that, we don't really have at this current moment.
So at this point, I'm thinking, just let's get the experience with getting online, getting those services moving. People still need to acclimate to that.
Correct.
So right now, it's just kind of like a steady pace and getting people onto that learning curve.
We did do some commercials, to get it out there, but we still need them to grasp it.
Right.
So, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, and of course, we have a brand new version of the website.
Yes.
So we invite everyone, of course, to go online at stmartingov.org, where all the information can be accessed and take advantage of all of the services that are rendered online so that they can be a lot more convenient. Any fees that you know of that people should know off the bat, just to challenge you at this particular point, any fees that people should come prepared to pay if they come to the building.
Yes, of course, once you go into CRD,
Yeah,
nothing is free.
absolutely.
Of course, the registration forms are currently $17.50. We would say $10 because it's easy. Most people like the dollar figure, but technically it's $17.50. The passport has fees. The ID card has a fee. Driver's license has a fee. Everything has a fee except address change. Or
Okay.
if you're going to register a document, like let's say you had to bring in a birth certificate from a foreign country, those small things doesn't have a fee. But anything like passports, IDs, driver license, you go to economic licenses, there has fees as well. You go to labor, you want to register your company, it has fees. Permits department from me has fees. The only thing that really doesn't have a fee is Public Service Center. We have information.
That's it. Come in and get your information. Labriska, I want to give you the opportunity to provide the public of St. Martin with closing words as we are ending this interview for this moment. And we look forward, of course, to talking to you, but I'll give you the floor at this time.
Well, I just want to encourage the general public, of course, to make use of our online portal and our appointment services. And of course, we are always here to help and give information and assist. But at the same time, we need you to help you so we can help you and everyone can have a smooth sailing when you get to the government building. And, of course, it's not going to be easy, but I encourage. We're going into the tech world one day after the other. It's one step at a time, but at the end of the day, I encourage everyone. It's very easy and I love it. Anything tech, I love. So I'm always willing to assist.
Labriska Courtar, front office representative at Public Service Center, 15 years of service marked as of 2023. Congratulations on that milestone, and we look forward to having you again in the program. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Cedric. Thanks for having me.
And to our radio listeners, television viewers, and online viewers, thank you for tuning in and being a part of this edition of Inside Government. If you've missed my conversation with Ms. Courtar, be sure to catch video on demand at the official Facebook page of the Government of St. Martin, facebook.com/SXMGOV. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel of the Government of St. Martin, youtube.com/Government of St. Martin. And for audio, be sure to tune into St. Martin Gov Radio 107.9 FM throughout the course of the day. On behalf of my colleagues at the Public Service Center under the Ministry of General Affairs and all of us here at the Department of Communication, I'm Cedric Peterson. Thanks so much for tuning in.